Ever found yourself in a sticky situation with a colleague who's hard to handle? You're not alone. The workplace, much like any other social setting, is a melting pot of different personalities. We all have our quirks, but there are times when these quirks can evolve into significant challenges. One might face the relentless micromanager, the passive-aggressive note leaver, or the persistently unprofessional joker. Navigating these turbulent waters can be a daunting task, but it's an integral part of maintaining a healthy working environment. It's about more than just peace of mind. It's about productivity, job satisfaction, and overall career success. After all, we spend about a third of our lives at work, so it's worth investing time and effort into making this space as harmonious as possible. So, buckle up, as today, we'll demystify the art of dealing with challenging coworkers. First things first, understanding the different types of difficult colleagues we might encounter. Let's dive into identifying some common types of challenging coworkers you might stumble upon in your professional journey. Trust me, these characters could easily be part of a sitcom, but dealing with them in a real-life work environment? Not so funny. First up, the passive-aggressive colleague. They're the masters of subtle undermining, experts at the art of the backhanded compliment. You know the type. They'll smile at you, all the while planting seeds of doubt in your mind with their veiled criticisms and sarcastic remarks. Next, we have the micromanager. They're the ones who have a hard time delegating tasks or giving up control. They'll hover over your shoulder, scrutinizing every detail of your work. Their mantra? If you want something done right, do it yourself. The irony? They rarely do it all themselves. Finally, there's the unprofessional colleague. They're the ones who love to gossip, often disregard boundaries, and may even behave inappropriately at times. They tend to blur the lines between professional and personal, making it challenging to maintain a healthy work environment. These characters, while they may seem exaggerated, are quite real, and can significantly impact the workplace's overall harmony. The passive-aggressive colleague can create an environment of mistrust and insecurity. The micromanager can stifle creativity and undermine your confidence. And the unprofessional one can disrupt the balance in the team, causing discomfort and tension. It's important to remember that these are just broad categories. People are complex creatures and they may not fit neatly into one box. But being able to spot these typical behaviors can give you a head start in figuring out how to navigate these tricky waters. So, there you have it. The passive-aggressive, the micromanager, and the unprofessional. Quite a trio, right? Recognizing these types is the first step towards handling them effectively. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into strategies for dealing with these difficult colleagues in our next segment. Now that we've recognized them, how do we deal with these difficult colleagues? Let's delve into some practical strategies that can help you navigate these challenging interactions. First and foremost, the golden rule is open communication. If a colleague's behavior is causing issues, it's important to address it directly, but tactfully. Approach them in a calm and non-confrontational manner, expressing your concerns clearly and respectfully. For instance, instead of saying, "You're always late to meetings," try, "I noticed that sometimes you're not able to make it to our meetings on time. Can we discuss ways to ensure this doesn't impact our project timelines?" This way, you're focusing on the behavior, not the person, which decreases the likelihood of them getting defensive. Next, let's talk about conflict resolution techniques. It's crucial to remember that everyone has their own perspective and may not even realize they're causing an issue. Use the I statements technique to express how you feel about their actions without blaming them. For example, "I feel stressed when I have to take on additional tasks," is less confrontational than "you're giving me too much work." Another helpful strategy is to seek a mediator, especially when the conflict seems to escalate or does not resolve over time. This can be a supervisor, a human resources representative, or an impartial third party. They can provide a fresh perspective and facilitate a constructive conversation. Now, on to setting boundaries. This is particularly useful when dealing with micromanagers or overly assertive colleagues. Politely but firmly communicate your boundaries and stick to them. For example, if a colleague tends to pile on work at the end of the day, you could say, "I'd appreciate it if we could discuss tomorrow's tasks by mid-afternoon, so I can manage my workload effectively." But what about passive-aggressive colleagues? Here, the best approach is to play it straight. Respond to their indirect hostility in a direct, neutral manner. If they make a snide remark, you might reply, "It sounds like you have a concern about this. Would you like to discuss it openly?" And lastly, for those dealing with unprofessional conduct, remember that you have the right to a respectful workplace. Don't hesitate to involve your supervisor or human resources if a colleague's behavior becomes inappropriate or makes you uncomfortable. Throughout all these strategies, remember to remain patient. Change doesn't happen overnight. Also, keep in mind that it's not about winning an argument, but about improving the working relationship. Remember, the objective here is not to change them, but to manage your interactions with them in a way that ensures a positive working environment. And with these strategies under your belt, you're well on your way to doing just that. Dealing with difficult colleagues can be emotionally draining, but how can we maintain our professionalism and emotional well-being? It's a question that's been asked time and time again, and the answer is not always easy. However, there are a few key strategies that can make all the difference. First and foremost, let's discuss the importance of self-care. Now, self-care is not about indulging in a day at the spa or treating yourself to a shopping spree. It's about taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health consistently. This might mean ensuring you're getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and taking time to relax and decompress. When we're in good health, we're better equipped to handle the challenges that come our way, including difficult colleagues. Next, let's talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of those around us. It's about being aware of how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and how your emotions can affect others. It's also about understanding the emotions of others and responding to them appropriately. By increasing our emotional intelligence, we can better navigate difficult interactions and maintain our composure. Now let's move on to some practical tips on maintaining professionalism. One of the most important things to remember is not to take things personally. It's easy to let negative comments or actions affect our self-esteem, but remember, this is about them, not about you. Try to focus on the work-related issues at hand, rather than getting caught up in personal conflicts. Another tip is to always communicate clearly and respectfully, even when you're dealing with someone who's not doing the same. It's not always easy, but by doing so, you're setting a positive example and maintaining your professional integrity. Remember, maintaining professionalism and emotional well-being in the face of difficult colleagues isn't always easy, but it's definitely possible. And it's not just about surviving the workday, but thriving in it. Self-care and emotional intelligence are not luxuries, they're necessities. And with these tools in your arsenal, you'll be well equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Prevention is better than cure, isn't it? So let's dive into some useful strategies for long-term conflict prevention and building positive working relationships. First and foremost, clear communication is paramount. Ensure that you're expressing your thoughts, ideas, and concerns in a straightforward and respectful manner. It's not just about speaking, but also about listening. Show genuine interest in your colleagues' perspectives, and strive to understand their viewpoints. Next, empathy is your best friend. Try to put yourself in your colleagues' shoes. Understanding their feelings and perspectives can help you navigate difficult situations more effectively. Remember, everyone is fighting their own battles, some of which you may not be aware of. Now let's talk about mutual respect. It's the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, including those at work. Be mindful of your colleagues' boundaries and respect their personal space. Treat others how you'd like to be treated, and you'll see a significant improvement in your workplace relationships. Lastly, remember to maintain a positive attitude. Positivity is contagious and can significantly influence the workplace atmosphere. Encourage others, celebrate small victories, and always be ready to lend a helping hand. And of course, don't forget to take care of yourself. Maintain a healthy work-life balance, and don't let work conflicts affect your personal life. In conclusion, long-term conflict prevention and positive relationship building stem from clear communication, empathy, mutual respect, and a positive attitude. With these tips, you can prevent conflicts before they even start. Dealing with difficult colleagues doesn't have to be a daunting task. With the right strategies, you can identify problematic behaviors, address them effectively, and maintain your professionalism and emotional well-being. Long-term conflict prevention and fostering positive relationships are also key to a harmonious workplace. So, let's continue to grow and learn together. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Better You Broadcast, and join our community to help others on their journey. Until next time, keep growing and keep learning.